How was your weekend? Happy Monday, Seekers. Aaron here with a conscious thought. Last week was pretty crazy. This week we're gonna branch off to a few different topics. I actually have a bunch of note cards now. I had a pretty good download sesh last night while I was waiting until 6 a.m. for the videos to upload. Brutal, but I did it for you. So today we're just gonna chit chat a little bit about technology. And is it a struggle for you? In any sense of the term. I got a few things that, I've experienced. And if you have some struggles with technology yourself, please feel free to, either DM me somewhere. And if you're okay with it, I'll make an episode on it, like a generalized episode. And I'll see if maybe we can work on something with you. But today, we're going to talk about, is technology a struggle for you in the area of addiction and distraction? So if you're addicted to technology, most of us probably won't even realize it. And it's not necessarily a bad thing until we let it become a bad thing. So if you're on for my company, I have to be on socials and stuff regularly and see what's going on and share content, share education that I find, all these things. And it's not that I'm addicted to it. I actually quite often now prefer to set my phone down and walk away from it. Except for keeping communication with those close to me. But this addiction gets to what I'm trying to get at here with the addiction is it interferes with your life. Where one of the things that used to happen to me is I'd go to the restroom for number 2 and I'd be on the phone and I'd end up sitting on the toilet for an hour or longer. Not, usually my deed would be done by then, but I'd just be scrolling through whatever or playing games or whatever else, right? So, or you're at a family function, or even something as simple as sitting down for dinner with your family, if you do that, or you watch TV with your family on a regular thing and you're just not paying attention to what's going on. You're not being present. Something we're always going to talk about. Presence is important. And if you're not present in these moments, you're not experiencing life around you. And it could be that addiction to technology that is interfering with that. Now, there could be addictions competing, right? Someone could be addicted to watching TV all the time while you're addicted to being on social media. Just different things there, So, if this is something you're experiencing and you're realizing you're experiencing and you might be struggling with it, I will have some suggestions for you. And they do kind of link together with the distractions too. The addiction becomes a distraction where you'll be doing something and all of a sudden, you get this urge to pull out your phone and then you're just trapped in it for however long. You don't want to be stuck in that. There's uses for it. There's a lot of apps and technologies on there that help with, anything you can think of. Like that old thing from back in the day, there's an app for that. Well, there pretty much is now. And in fact, I'll have a few for you after I list a couple of these tips here. And these tips are, like I said, they're based off of my experience. So if you are experiencing something similar where you find yourself going to, there's a regular place that you go to, is the bathroom, the living room, work, somewhere at work, if you have a 9 to 5 or whatever. And every time you're there, you find yourself like almost instinctually going back and pulling out your phone and then doing whatever. Don't bring your phone with you to those places if it's a temporary visit. All right, so I've started setting my phone down. Like I said, I keep mine with me for communication with my people. Because if anything urgent happens, I make myself available. But I'll bring something else with me, or I will just sit in presence and get through whatever I need to get through in the bathroom to get out and not worry about the phone, because I have another addiction that I've been working through in regards to that. And another thing you can do, if you do have to bring it with you, use quote unquote like healthier apps. I like Ananda, Ananda. It's a frequency and binaural beats like meditation app. So if you have a tendency to lay in your bed with your phone in your face trying to go to sleep, but you're getting all that blue light in your eyes, which messes with your sleep patterns anyways, this app would work for you. Also, Declutter. Now, these are on iOS. I don't know if they're on Android, or I don't think Microsoft is a phone anymore. I think the Windows phone is Android now. And you can use these to, like, if your old habit is using your phone to distract yourself to get tired, that's kind of a bunk thing to do because of the science of the blue light in your eyes and brain waves and sleep patterns. Use these apps, Ananda and Declutter. If you have headphones, put them in. That's a better use case for them. You can do it in speaker, it's okay, but it's not anywhere near as good, I promise you. You can use, so outside of like the bedroom, if you're in the bathroom or you find yourself just getting distracted by social media, use real brain builders. So there's apps that keep your brain activity going. So instead of just dully following the compulsion and the addictive, like literally manufactured addiction to social media, like they're designed to get you addicted, use an app that helps you better yourself. And I can even get into creatives. There's creative games with art and music and coloring. There's an app called Recolor that Desiree uses, which is phenomenal, and her artistic abilities have been improving dramatically since she's been using it regularly, and to the point where she's now surpassing where she was in high school. Because when we were in high school, she was still into art. But, it was good, don't get me wrong, but she quit doing it. So it's one of those things where you don't use it, you lose it for the most part. And she felt like she had lost it. And she now got into this app called Recolor, and it's all coming back. And the work she does in there is phenomenal. She also plays Animal Crossing and uses the design aspects of the DLC to keep her creative brain flowing, those creative juices flowing. It's all about intention for these things, right? If you go into social media without an intention for whatever, you're going to get sucked into their algorithm, and you're going to be the machine that they want you to be. You're going to be the money-making machine that they designed the algorithm to create you to be, to mold you to be. We don't want that. No one wants to be a machine following some man's bullshit, right? You want to be a free-thinking, free human. Well, you can't be free if you're trapped by addiction and distractions that are manufactured scientifically to get you trapped, so you can't get out, so they can make money off of your data. There's music games that keep your fingers nimble and keep your brain moving with hand-eye coordination. There's obviously plenty of brain teaser games out there. If you have Apple Arcade, it's affordable. If you can't get it, I understand. But there's a lot there too. And that's really kind of the gist of today. There's a note I want to add on here. If your addiction is adult in nature, I think you know what I'm talking about. Pay attention to tomorrow's video, because that's actually something that I've struggled with over the years. And I'll shed a little light on my journey. And I've got all the notes right here. I will talk about that. I'll open up a little bit about that. It's going to be a hard one for me. It means I got to do it. So, do you find yourself irritated, distracted, addicted to technology in any way? Not just phones. Phones are pretty much the worst thing as of late, right? Let me know what kind of information you get in self-reflection on this in the comments down there. And with that, everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening for whenever I put this out into podcasts. Or if you just pop the video on and listen to it. Either way, thank you all. I love you all. And we'll see you tomorrow for something really, really deep.